How was your? You were just back in Bahamas.
Where did I go this time? I went to Mexico. I
Your
didn't
eyes
even
tearing
get
up?
off. Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on with me, man.
Congestion pricing, bro. It's getting
Yeah, it's
emotional.
got
in
me
this city.
fucking crying. No, dude. I've been blowing my nose. Hold on.
Man, we're all reacting to this pricing the hard way. You would think you don't have a car, so it wouldn't hit you this hard. But, I mean, I'm seeing.
Nah, you know what it is? It was just 100 degrees where I was.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
dude, you get here, I can't even.
Your body gets all scrambled up.
My room's 100 degrees.
Uh-huh.
I was sweating last night, dude. I went out and sat on the fire escape. My building was on fire last night. Dude, I'm like, yeah, I'm on my fire escape. There's seven fire trucks.
20 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's 20 degrees outside, 100 in my room. It was 100 degrees where I was just now.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know how some people really like having their house like this too.
My heater's off.
You ever go to someone's house though where they just always have that shit cranked up?
Oh, yeah.
They always got to walk around in their underwear or something?
Well, I had the opposite. My family's house, the way their heat is, I think a lot of like 2-level houses are like this. It gets really cold downstairs, but the upstairs is really hot. Like the way the air conditioning runs.
Yeah.
So my mother, she always has the downstairs set at like 57. And dude,
wow.
if you go over there, you're freezing. Like in the summer, you're like teeth chattering. And you go upstairs, you're pouring sweat.
They're telling you to put on a jacket.
Yeah. You know, it's like I don't know. Sometimes you go over somebody's house that's freezing like that. Like I've done a lot of cheap traveling for comedy early on, to where you just sleep on people's couches, which I'm done doing this now. But there's times when you're like, buddy, it's too fucking cold in your house.
Too cold is still better than too hot to me.
Yeah,
too hot is really, it feels like I'm getting sick, or it's like something's like I can't even breathe.
You ever live in a shitty situation where you didn't have a fan or an air conditioner?
Oh my god, yeah. First place I moved in New York City, I was in like a little loft bed, and like the window had bars on it, so I couldn't put an AC in it. Yeah, that shit was like, looking back, I can't believe I lasted there for like a whole year.
Wow, dude, you made it a whole. I had 1 month. It was
a whole
like
summer.
that.
Yeah, there was like a blazing hot summer. I remember just like you have a fan below the thing, and you're trying to angle it in a certain way so it bounces off the wall and like circulates.
Well, this guy was a comic, and what he did was actually there was like one outlet in the room. It was I was just subleasing it for 1 month.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the messiest room I ever subleased in my life. I went and bought plastic from the painter store, laid it over the bed, and I put a blanket over that.
Wow.
And I just dealt with it. And what he did was he had a rope screwed to the wall, and he put like a window fan here.
Oh, wow.
And it would like, you turn it on, it's like supposed to blow on you, but it's like there's no wind coming from behind. And dude, it was like unbearable. I'm sweating hot. Like I would go to the shower and just constantly do ice cold showers.
That's the kind of shit you would think you'd see in like the Dominican Republic.
Right.
Like South America somewhere. You hang up that fan, and then you like practice your like curveballers.
You know those oscillating fans that go in the window? It's like a square from the dollar store. That's what it was. And you turn it on, it would just stick to the wall.
Well, I think when you're in that kind of environment, you're supposed. Those are the guys you see hanging out in the street in the summer.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, I'm just gonna get my folding chair, gonna sit out in front of the bodega, you know.
Yeah.
Drink
talk
a beer.
About people going by.
Yeah, talk about the Yankees for 5 hours.
And the thing is, it was just I was there for 1 month. It was a 30-day sublease, so I couldn't. I can't change the room at all. The dude's gonna be back in a month. Yeah, it was the last stop off the F train in Brooklyn. It was the worst place I've ever lived in my life. You couldn't even get food. Shit was expired. It was I guess it was close to the last stop. If I would have been in Coney Island, at least I would have had more food options.
Oh, yeah.
This was like a little family neighborhood.
It's like Kensington.
Yeah, like, you know, where the families, they're not going out to eat mostly. They're cooking.
Well, it's like restaurant, so it's nothing.
Right, yeah.
It's like
it's not like you got in normal cities you could go get empanadas or chicken or beef patties or like fucking pizza.
Right.
It was like one of these places to where it's you're either going to spend $47 on a meal.
Well, you're going to get like a big family meal.
Yeah. Or everything was expired even in the bodegas.
Oh, yeah. No way to live. So how was the trip?
The trip wasn't too bad, man.
It was your birthday, right?
Yeah, it went by long,
Nice.
dude. It was my birthday. Yeah, I didn't even really get to celebrate it in real life, but yeah, I was on the ship. It went by pretty. I guess it felt long. I guess.
You were back in the Bahamas?
Well, it was a lot of sea days. I just went to Mexico.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't even get off the ship. I was just like, screw it, man. I just stayed on. It's funny. There was actually somebody on the ship that ran up to me all excited from another comic I know. I thought they were a fan of me.
Oh,
they were like, oh, I seen you on a video of Surah. You know Surah, the comedian.
Yeah.
They were like, I love her. What's she like in real life? I'm
wow.
like, I've never had another audience member run up to me about another comedian.
Just taking a picture with the guy who met Surah. Wow.
Yeah.
No one's going to believe me.
Yeah. He was in a video with Surah. You see, he does like a collage. It's like me and Surah.
No, you got to imagine her.
Yeah. Picture Surah right here.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. He was like he thought she was on the ship. People don't realize.
Oh, man. People, it must be so disappointing.
Yeah.
When I was doing comedy, first started doing comedy, I opened for Hassan Minhaj.
Oh, shit. I never knew that about you, man.
This is before he was big. I mean, he was on like coming up. He was coming up, but he was headlining. He didn't really have fans. That was the thing. It was before he was famous at all. But his big credit was Chelsea Lately. So, Chelsea Handler's talk show.
Right.
So when you know how comedy clubs do it, when they have a headliner, they put their name and they put their credit right below the name.
Yeah.
So the marquee outside said Hassan Minaj, Chelsea Lately. So people were coming up after the show, after his headline set, and they're like, wait, where's Chelsea at?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? This is Hassan Minaj. This dude is a fucking megastar now.
Dude.
Netflix and everything. But
that had to hurt.
He's just coming back into the green room. Like every fucking show, they always think Chelsea's coming out.
Wow.
He's like, no, we're at a comedy club. Why would Chelsea Handler come in? But it's like, that's what happens when people, come in with expectations.
And the club knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
They could have put Pharm.
Yeah, they could put from Jimmy Kimmel, but no, they want people to think Jimmy Kimmel is going to be here.
Remember that New York comedian? His actual name is Jimmy Fallon. I think
really?
he finally changed it.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I remember being on shows. I was on one show with him. Dude, I lost my mind. It was right around the corner from here at the Gaff. I'm like, dude, we got fucking Jimmy Fallon's going to be here? And, dude, it wasn't him.
Oh, it's like Tom Takar. He used to go by Tom Brady.
Wow.
On stage. But it's not like, it's not who's going to show up to a comedy club thinking Tom Brady's about to show up.
People would show up. Same thing with Chris Brown. Remember the comedian Chris Brown?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
that's such a common name. You feel bad for him.
Yeah. I mean, somebody that's going to be dumb enough to think Chris Brown's doing stand-up in Times Square.
Hey, you never know.
Like the singer.
Yeah, breezy. So, you're back out on the road after this, right?
Yeah, leaving a couple of days, hitting up. This is the one that I'm wondering. I know I'm not seeing him this one actually. So.
Oh, Irvin.
Yeah, but I'm going to the same place. But what's funny is we port there, and I have one more day where I have one show. I'm like, they could just fly me out of Nassau, and just have me do that one show another day. But I guess that's getting greedy. I'm doing the full cruise, so it's going to be like a 6-day cruise.
Oh, wow. You're on the whole thing?
I got my schedule. I do all my shows pretty much, and the next day we're at the big port. And I'm like, man, can't you guys just fucking fly me home 3 days early?
Oh, wow. So you're just sitting on the ship the whole time then?
Yeah, and then I got one 15-minute show at like midnight the last night.
Wow.
Which is so dumb. It's like 3 extra days on the ship for nothing. Man.
It's a shame you can't bring your guitar with you.
Yeah, I'd be able to practice.
Hey, you could have a whole new act.
I do. Dude, I cannot, physically, I can't do nothing. I play pool on the ships. That's the best pastime.
Is there anything that's not like isn't there like a movie theater or something?
Some ships, not this one I'm going on, but even if there is, they charge us like $25.
Oh,
and
really?
we got to make sure that there's no guests. Like,
oh man,
it's a weird thing. It's always so hard. Like, you gotta go to the movie 30 minutes late.
Wow.
But no, dude, I shoot pool with all the Filipinos, man, and they're good.
Yeah, Filipinos notorious for that. That is a pool playing country.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is, dude, nobody has better team effort than Nigerians. Like, if you're playing, like, I know this might sound racist. I don't mean for this to sound racist. These are just the facts.
Well, it's a proud people.
Yeah, dude. If you're playing one Nigerian, you're playing all the Nigerians.
Well, they're representing.
They're
Like
coming
it's
over.
like the World Cup.
And they're figuring it out.
They're figuring out the angles.
Yeah. Dude, they'll argue for 20 minutes over the shot. They'll take turns.
They're also engineers and shit over there, so they're all like very mathematically minded. So.
And they like wearing like dress shirts.
Yeah.
But they dude, you're playing 7 Nigerians when you're playing 1.
That's great.
And they're gonna discuss it. They're doing shit with the stick you've never seen, and the ball goes in.
Oh, this dude's got a PhD.
Yeah,
he's about to school you.
The Filipinos are the real proud ones, dude. They come out, dude. They're fucking.
Well, those are the guys who show up at the at the bar with their own cue.
Exactly. On the ship they do it.
Yeah.
All the pull sticks are beat, like on the none of them have tops. But dude, this
dude is working for like $10 a week.
Yeah.
But he has his own pool cue.
And they gamble. Dude, they want to play you.
Oh yeah.
They play you for drinks on the table.
That's great.
So and these guys are good. They'll sink every ball before you get on. They home make sticks in their room because it's a cruise ship. So the walls, you'll be like, boom, hitting walls. They'll pull out a stick out of their back
pocket. Well, this dude learned how to play pool in the middle of the ocean. Think about that.
Right.
Yeah. It's
balls moving.
No, that doesn't even faze him.
Yep.
It's like guys you see playing ping pong in the park here outside. You got to learn how to play ping pong in the wind.
Yeah.
That shit is like training with, extra bats or something.
It really is, dude. Shit's moving on the fly. Shit. You're hitting fucking walls.
Yeah. I think that's just like on what it is about specifically Filipinos among all the Asian countries. They really gravitate towards pool.
Yeah, they do.
Like maybe it's just like a communal thing where it's like you got your big ass family and everybody is like, it's like I picture just like a dude who's like 5'2". And he's like kind of my build. But it's like, he's wearing a dress shirt and he's just like...
And they're all sitting on the table.
Yeah, it's just like a Manny Pacquiao thing, doing some behind-the-back shit.
And I'll be honest, I don't like when men sit on the table with their ass all poked out. I'm just like, dude, do you need to do that?
You don't have to do that. You can just stand to the side a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. Some people got to show off.
Yeah. And, dude, they play by all the rules. They know the fucking rules.
Oh, yeah. It's like snooker or something.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
if
I bump your ball, they're not, dude, they're free ball. He professional. They'll keep saying it.
Wow.
And they destroy you. They want to run the table all night.
Wow. Do these dudes these are the crew members?
Yeah.
So you actually know them from ship to ship?
Yeah. And it's fun. Like, if I go to the restaurants, they'll be working and we bust each other's balls because I'm getting good, too. I'm starting to get lucky and beat these fuckers sometimes.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Does anybody, do they try to pull, the hustler move? Or they act like they're no good?
Yeah, they all do. That's what I'm saying. They're gamblers to the max.
Oh, wow. What's this
I don't
game?
bet drinks. It's drinks.
How does this game work?
Yeah, you play for the drinks. So what they'll do first, they'll play you and they'll lose. And it's funny. I suck so bad. They'll just be like, okay, man. And they beat me real quick.
Oh, wow.
And to get somebody else on the table because sometimes I can't, I'm not that good, but I get lucky sometimes. And sometimes I can't get a fucking ball in to save my life. And they'll just end the game real quick. But their whole scam is, they'll play because
you soft roll them.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll be like, hey, you want to play? You want to play? So I'll go, yeah, man. So we'll play a game, and then they might lose the first one, or it might be a close game. They'll be like, you want to go again? Play for a drink? And then that's when they annihilate you.
Mm-hmm.
Just one drink.
I bet you, because you probably, you've been all over the ship. You don't even realize. I bet you go downstairs. There's like a whole pool thing you don't even know about. These dudes are just training.
Yeah.
They're down there talking about you.
Well, sometimes you can't even get on the table.
Oh, wow.
They run it like that. Where you're like, dude, I wish this dude would just lose. But, I think they're all communicating. They'll make fucking sound effects. And then next thing you know, another dude's in your spot. And it's like, wait, what happened?
Man, what
Between cigarettes and pool, dude, honestly, that's the way to a Filipino's heart. The women, too. The little women come and play.
Well, I mean, you think about how all that, you picture cigarettes, pool, and, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Or just a little dude. It's like, nah, this dude can rock you.
And football's getting big. The Filipinos love asking you about football.
Like American football?
Yeah, like the Buffalo Bills. You'll hear them. Detroit Lions. They're always talking about the teams that are doing good.
Oh, yeah.
But, they play the football games on the ships now. Carnival's trying to go more football. So now it's a bunch of people, instead of playing movies in the theater,
it's a sport.
The theater's outside. So there's two theaters. There's one that's inside that's very rare. that you could get a seat for. Then there's one outside that's also very rare you can get a seat for.
Right.
So you could pay for the one and hopefully get a seat, or you could just go outside and stand and watch. So they used to always play movies outside. But I don't know what happened, dude. This year they're changing Carnival totally. And
I mean, if you're outside, it's not like a good movie watching environment anyway.
Right.
So you'd probably want to have something passive, like sports.
And they probably seen like, hey, a lot of people don't care about movies. I don't know.
Well, you missed the first 10 minutes. You don't want to walk into a movie. You miss the first 10 minutes of a football game. It's like, no, it's the second quarter. So
yeah, because now it's just it's just football on the big screen outside.
Oh, yeah.
And people going nuts. And it's never been so busy.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, who would go on if you're a football fan? Why would you go on the cruise ship?
Yeah, dude, they're watching the game all day. I mean, there's so many football games.
Hey, on a Sunday. It's all day, yeah.
I swear every day they're watching football on these ships, dude. I don't know if there's football.
College football right now, too.
Yeah, they're playing that, and it don't stop. You just see people for 7 hours just in front of the TV.
It would be pretty sick to be in the middle of the ocean, I think about it.
Watching somebody doing an interception, 90-yard rush.
Well, just sitting on the deck of a ship, knowing that you're just in the middle of the water.
Drinking a beer.
Drinking a beer, and your fat wife is busy dancing downstairs to
she's probably buffet. They do a lot of buffet for the wives.
Yeah. Well, she's out doing her thing. I get to do my thing.
Yeah.
Watch a little ball.
And that's really what it is.
So you doing this next one, and then after you get back, then this is your big Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana, my big headlining gig, man. They're a great club.
Goshen, Indiana.
Funny Pharm spelled like pharmacy, and it's where Andrew Tate's from.
Wait, it's not. Andrew Tate's from, like, Turkey or something, right?
People keep telling me he's from Goshen, Indiana.
Really?
I've been posting about it. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
I mean, he has that,
wrong.
like, weird accent. It's really hard to place where you, like, when you hear him talk.
Right. Well, he always talks
about Turkey. He pronounces his words in a certain weird way.
Don't want to do it like that.
Exactly,
yeah. Well, that's a very UK,
it's
like.
not even, like, British, though.
No, that's he's got everybody. That's a slight northern. You could hear some north in there.
Yeah.
He probably got brain damage from getting kicked in the head.
Eckhart County, Indiana. Wow, yeah, this isn't near anything.
Look up, is Andrew Tate from Goshen, Indiana? 2 people hit me up on IG.
Oh, wow.
They told me that.
I mean, I don't think that isn't the kind of thing where, like, oh, yeah, it comes up. Chicago, he's from Chicago. Oh, yeah, Chicago and Goshen, Indiana.
Wow.
So he was,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the GoshenNews.com, there's the big article explaining the Andrew Tate-Goshen connection. I wonder if it's like, I doubt you go into town, there's going to be any signs.
No.
Where it's like, no, you can eat a sandwich where Andrew Tate ate.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine if they had signs for Andrew Tate there?
Yeah.
I don't think anywhere is
Learn where to
bragging
kickbox.
the most famous person on YouTube a year ago.
Yeah, right.
Is that what the sign's going to say?
The guy who's being, charged with sex crimes.
Yeah, dude, that fucking Goshen. You know, I already know what the club's going to be because I used to do the road before I moved out to New York. That's why I wanted to move here and actually get a fan base because real life, you know, these audiences that come out.
It's about 35,000 people living there.
Yeah, but I guarantee
you only got to get a couple hundred of those 35,000.
But the ones that are coming are like the guys that been married, you know, they're 50 to 70. Then there's the young couple right here, you know, like the people that are on date night that are 22 years old.
Right.
That's all these road rooms are. Like, I'm not.
Well, it's like the couple, the young couple, they're like coworkers.
Oh,
at
yeah.
like a store or something. So they're they already kind of know each other, but they're also sort of like, you know, let's see what this guy's got to say.
And it's always the girl that wants to go to comedy.
Yeah. It's always the girl that wants to go anywhere and do something. Right. So every time you see the guy who's there, he's probably paying for it and he's kind of pissed off.
Right.
Nah, he wants to go do something else.
Dude, that is the truth.
Yeah, this is a big college football weekend too. So.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I don't like doing shit. I realize people hit me up, dude. I don't want to leave my house.
It's like knowing that you got to go, especially this. This is like probably you got to drive and you got to put tires in your, tires and shit.
Warm up the car.
Yeah, and you know it's going to be like 3 hours. Listen to some.
I just hope it's not cold in the club, dude. These road gigs that I do in January, the money's so tight. There's no heat. You know, a lot of times they don't even have the heat on. And it's hard to make people laugh when they're freezing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want them you don't want it to be hot, but yeah.
There's something to be said about that.
You don't want it to be distracting. Well, they always say, like David Letterman, he kept his studio, like, frigid.
Really?
It was like an ice box.
Really?
So like it keeps people tense. It makes you like, you don't want people falling asleep. If you make it too warm, it's like if this room is like it's too pleasant.
That's a good point.
It's gonna make you like kind of doze off, especially you're drinking. You got to be a little bit leaning forward. Like,
I wonder because, dude, I feel like I struggle when the room's cold.
Well, I mean, if you're on stage and you're thinking about the weather, it's probably a bad sign for your act.
Yeah, I'll do a whole act about Goshen, Indiana. I want my fans to come out. I got to look up like what they're known for, whatever food, try to eat that.
Oh, yeah. I bet you it's some sort of like tuna melt or something.
I know nothing about Indiana at all. I couldn't even tell you where that is on a map. To be honest with you, I confused it with Indianapolis.
Yeah, I figured it would be like near South Bend or something. No, this is in the sticks.
Yeah, and it's called South Bend Airport. He's picking me up too, which is really cool. I got to be honest.
It is. Yeah, 25 miles southeast of South Bend. That's not bad.
25 miles.
120 miles east of Chicago. So it's only a couple hours.
So the smartest way to do this would be book South Bend, Indiana, and then rent a car and book Chicago.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
to do a Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, a little late
well,
for
I can't
that,
do it now. I'm doing Friday, Saturday anyway. I mean, this is a built-in club. They have their audience. Like, they're not relying on me to sell tickets.
Right, yeah. That should be fun. Now, it has a large Amish community.
I got to come up with some Amish material.
Yeah. Talk about some peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Do some oatmeal comedy.
Yeah, there we go.
What y'all talking about over there?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living, sir?
Are you guys Yoders by chance?
Have you built a barn?
Yeah, big city boy. You don't want to really be bragging about New York in front of Amish communities or people from Texas.
Right.
Those two hate New Yorkers.
Yeah, you don't want to wear an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't know what's going on.
It's funny. I just went back home. Ohio's a big Amish community, too. So we got, like, restaurants, like nice steakhouses in Ohio, too. I mean, we got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably
not to brag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got sit-down restaurants, too. We're just as good as you are.
But so we go to this steakhouse, and there's Amish family there. And you know how the steakhouse has, like, a thing you could order the food on?
What do you mean?
Like, it's like a thing. Well,
like an iPad kind of?
Yeah, it's like it's built into the table.
Oh,
you could just scroll. So the family was there. They're a real Amish family. I guess they don't fuck with shit like that.
Right.
And they let the kid play with it. We're sitting, he's right here. He goes, only since we're here and we're out to eat, you could play with it. And the kid had so much fun playing with the menu.
Yeah.
He's like pressing the buttons and the picture of the food.
You would cancel, it goes back. Like, oh my God, do it again.
It was like a 5-year-old playing with a kiosk menu. And he had the time of his life.
I bet you the second that dude got back to his Amish community, he's telling all of his buddies.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe this.
Right.
Yeah, you hit steak and there's a picture of a steak.
Yeah.
There's a number. And
there's boneless chicken wings if you press this.
It asks you for your email.
Yeah, the kid wanted to take it with him.
Wow.
I felt so bad.
See, if I was that Amish parent, I would have blindfolds. I'm like,
oh, you're playing with the devil.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want you to get tempted on there.
Yeah.
This kid's going to be thinking about that forever.
The rest of his life.
So you had an incident you were talking about, right?
Yeah, dude. I can't believe it. Somebody just told me, what's funny? They're like, do you feel safe in Times Square? That's crazy. It's like, you feel safe there? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, dude, I never had an incident. Like, I'm like, this literally just happened. My friend's telling me this. And I'm like, you got to almost look for trouble in New York. Like, people don't fuck with you for no reason. So what do? I'm going to the deli, 24-hour deli, and I knew something was off.
Wait, what time?
It was late. It was like 3:30.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, 3:30.
Something's going to pop off.
4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, there's that bar, Rudy's, so they just closed the door. But the deli's always open 24 hours. And I see the deli's closed. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, all right, I'm hungry. I'm like, I'll just walk past and go to this pizza chicken spot we got. And I'm walking past Rudy's, and this guy's like, just walked out of there. They just closed. He goes, yo, what's up, man? You good? And instantly, so I don't say nothing. He's like, yo, you, what's up? So I was like, no, I was just going to the deli. And then I point to the deli's closed like an idiot. He goes, what, that place is closed, man? What, are you crying? You know, my eyes been red.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So the dude's like, are you crying? Are you sad? I was like, I said, buddy, I'm just getting food. You know, these street people trip on respect. So you can't really even ignore him. I'm like, buddy, I'm just going to go get a sandwich, man. God bless you.
That's so funny.
You know, this dude's like, no, what's up? What's up? I don't need no God. I don't need no blessings. And he's all in his pocket. And, you know, these bars, he just came out of a bar. They're not patting people down. You know how many times I've been at Rudy's in the 10 years I lived in New York? There's been 2 people with guns at that bar. Like, you know, it's like the type of bar, drinks are $3. You're going to get a certain individual there. Mm-hmm. And this dude's all up in his jacket. So I'm like, fuck. I said, dude, I'm just trying to get some food. He's like, what, you got money? You got money to buy food? And I walk right to the pizza place. This motherfucker walks in there with me.
Wow.
I order the pizza. He keeps walking past, bumping into me. You know, it's a tiny pizza place. There's no room to move. Dude bumps into me like 3 times, I guess just waiting for me to give him a reason. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm a bitch, but I'm just like ignoring the fucking dude.
All right.
And this dude waits outside for me to eat my pizza. I got to call my brother. He keeps talking to me. I'm calling I'm like, I just need somebody to fucking answer the phone, you know.
Wow.
So I call my brother while this dude's just trying to talk to me. I'm like, oh, man, I'm taking care of something. This dude just wanted a problem. Dude, it's been years since I walked this way, I walked that way. He's literally following me. Wow. So I go into the pizza place. And I was sitting in there and eating. The dude keeps popping in. He wasn't letting it go. I'm like, dude, now it's been an hour. I've been sitting in this fucking pizza shop. They're closing. Wow. This dude's waiting outside. I'm like acting like I'm buying a soda. And finally, I just wait for this dude to fuck with somebody else. I make a right. I go down the other street to 10th Ave and get rid of him. But I'm like, dude, this dude... To want to fuck with somebody for an hour and a half, you're going to do it. Like, he made it up in his mind.
It's like a late night thing where it's like he's probably at the bar.
He was hammered.
Something didn't pan out for him, and he's just like, yeah, the night can't end.
Right.
Some guys don't want the night to end. So
yeah.
You're trying to chase something. Something's got to happen.
But it's like he definitely wanted to fight me or rob me. I bet you he spent all his money at the bar, and he's seen me. I look like a bitch.
Well, it's just like, especially when people are drinking and it's that late, it's like they get, like, emotional. Something where it's like, but you can't, that's the kind of guy where it's the night's not like, he can't be like, all right, well, time to go home and go to sleep.
Right.
It's like, no, it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm up.
Right.
It's like something's got to happen right now.
He's telling me I got cocaine. He's like, I go, dude, I'm not interested in it. I say, I'm good. He goes, I ain't asking you if you're interested.
I've met these. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
It's like they just want to piss you off. You know how they try to get you, street dudes? They try to punk you right away. It's an old prison trick to where you could tell within 1 second if somebody's a bitch by how you act. If you're like, yo, what time is it? And if somebody's like, well, it's this time, then you know, I could rob that motherfucker. But if you're like, what, motherfucker? Do I look like a watch? Then they're like,
well, I mean, it's like usually in New York City, it's like if you just start walking, very rarely they'll follow you.
That's what I thought. And then, dude, I turn around. I'm like going this way. I'm like, buddy. I said, what do you want me to do?
You caught a very persistent guy.
He was so persistent. I mean, it shows you when people make up their mind. And he had like 5 dudes with him. They were all sitting there. They had a truck parked right there.
Oh, well.
It would have been no problem.
Well, I mean, also, though, you got to realize nothing actually ends up happening to you.
Well, nothing happened in this case. But, dude, you know how many times...
No, but it's like nothing's happened to you. This happens to me, too. It's like nothing ends up happening. It feels like something could have happened. But
I think if I would have handled that wrong, something could have definitely happened.
Yeah, but you didn't handle it wrong.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not like this sort of thing. Most of the time, that story resolves within like 2 minutes.
Right.
You start walking, and the guy tries to follow you for 10 minutes.
99.9%.
And then the last percent of the time, you can still usually, if you're not an idiot, you can still... Because there's some people who would have tried to handle that the wrong way.
Right.
We both know people who would have handled that and would have gotten his face.
Right. Or they would have got shot, yeah.
Not even that, but they just would have tried to stand up to him, and they would have tried to escalate the situation.
Right.
And they tried to lecture him about, like, don't you have manners?
You know what I miss?
Like those are the guys who end up actually getting killed or something.
I wish I was still in my boxing phase, because I'm not kidding you, Dan. When all I did was box for years, I got so good and so persistent. the average person. I used to be able to just punch somebody in the face.
Well, you were faster too.
Yeah.
It was you had an endurance too.
Yeah. But I was so quick, and so my right hand hit him in the face, and I could run 3 miles no problem. Nobody could do that.
What, you want to fucking fight this guy?
Right.
No, that's not a good. You handled it the right way.
Yeah, but I feel like a bitch about it.
So what? You don't want if you tried to punch this dude, he would have shot you. Or his friends would have come after you. So it's like you handled that how you should handle it. Also, it's like, I mean, you were out at 3:30 in the morning at the pizza place. Something's going to go down.
Right.
I mean, you know me. I live right by Kennedy Fried Chicken. It's like, nah, you can't be hanging around fried chickens.
Right.
3 in the morning. You're not going to meet a nice person there.
Asking for loose cigarettes.
It's going to be trouble. I mean, like, if you're out on the street, 4 in the morning, real late night, New York City, if you're on your way somewhere, people generally won't stop you.
Right.
It's when you're actually in the business and then they know you have to be there. That's when it's like you're a captive audience.
Yeah, because, dude, I can't. It's probably been 4 years since I had somebody that persistent and fucking with me.
Yeah. I think, too, though, nothing ends up, you got through it fine.
Right.
You have experience with it. But even the thing with the gun, I mean, if you were in Ohio, everybody else has a gun.
Right.
Regular people have guns. You think about it here, you think, oh, I saw a guy with a gun in the bar. Most other states in this country, that is normal.
They let you in where I'm from, in Ohio.
Yeah.
They let you one gun. It says on the sign, only one pistol allowed.
Concealed carry guns. And it's just like everybody's strapped. It's not the fact that we're in New York City, or it's like, whoa.
Right.
Must be dealing with a fucking cartel member or something.
Yeah, when you see somebody pull out a gun in the wild in Ohio, it's fine. But when you see somebody pull it out in New York, the gun's always like some weird color or it's some gun you never seen.
Right, it's all taped up.
Like, yeah, you know something's wrong with this gun.
Yeah. Well, you know the fact that this dude is like, this is a huge penalty just for having it.
Right.
So if this dude gets caught just having it, he's getting locked up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those, you could say, cops don't arrest anybody. That's something they don't play about.
Oh, right. Guns.
Especially in this neighborhood. Yeah.
They find you with a gun in Times Square.
Yeah. That's a wrap.
I mean, I think if they find you with a gun anywhere.
No, but I mean, in
New York.
Yeah, in New York. But in most states in America, it's like people have guns. So it's like that is who you're going up against.
You know who I really respect is those like deep Brooklyn or deep Bronx cops that's seen so much fucked up shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're so different than these little Manhattan cops I see. I think they put them in certain boroughs to see, like the ones deep up in the Bronx have tribal tattoos on their face, fucking veins in their neck. Mm-hmm. They've been shot before.
Well, they got like a brother who's locked up or something.
Right.
Yeah, they're the good brother.
Dude, you see a cop down here, it's like he's some polite Indian dude, all respectful.
That's a traffic cop.
Yeah.
We talked about that. No, they know where to put you.
Even the regular cops, like in Times Square that I see for the majority of the part, I mean, maybe Times Square a little bit, but I don't know. Like between Macy's and Up and even like, you never even see cops in like West Village,
Right.
But you go to the Bronx, they're just posted up. Their cars are fucked up. Their cruisers. They're sitting at the projects.
Well, you got to think if you're gonna put if you have tough cops, you wouldn't want to waste them in this area.
Right.
It's just not really gonna happen.
Right.
Most of the cops around here are just sort of like waiting for something to happen. They report it to somebody else.
It's a lot of hot girl cops.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Sexy
that?
lady cops.
Which that's the only thing I feel like that could be a little distracting. You get these hot
in
girl
the summer?
cops. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you get all the dudes all talking to the cops, and it's like, this girl got to put up with this shit. You see him a sexy cop is getting harassed so much by people.
Right. And they're never getting promoted to like detective.
Right.
No, you're staying on the street.
You can't be a sexy detective. Yeah.
No, you're going to distract everybody.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You got to solve some murders.
You wouldn't believe how sexy some of the cops in this neighborhood are.
Hell yeah. It's like, remember New York Undercover?
No.
One of those kinds of shows? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's like late 90s.
Yeah, that
kind
9
of show
9
where it's like a Puerto Rican, nice, sexy Puerto Rican cop.
90210.
Yeah. Her uniform's all tight for some reason.
Right.
Bouncing around.
That's how these ones are. I seen a cop, she had cleavage out. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Maybe that's just how you got to, how you keep the peace.
I like the cops that got to randomly check people at the, at the subway stations. You got to respect them.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like they kind of know who they should be checking, but they got to throw in a regular person
No,
every
it's
now
like
and
the TSA.
then. Yeah.
You've been randomly selected.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you where the TSA random selections are funny. When they got to ask people if they have any, like, metal plates or a pacemaker. Because that's being very specific. Like, that's when old age hits in. Like, I remember they asked a guy, they go, do you have any metal plates or anything? And the guy's like, I'm a young man. Like, why would I have a pacemaker? He's like, I'm only 58.
I'm going to touch you with the back of my hand. Is that
right.
okay? Yeah. Make you go through it.
Yeah, I just had one of those too, man. I'm always going through that shit. It's funny in New York how much more you get frisked by the TSA agent with the bleach blonde hair versus when you fly to Pittsburgh or something. That nobody gives a shit. It's like, why are you really always frisking us in New York?
Yeah, you just watched me go through the X-ray machine.
And it's like,
you've seen what's going on here.
What's the difference from the back of your hand grazing my dick 7 or 8 times?
I think we've had that discussion before.
Right.
Yeah, you're getting turned on either way. You're fucking sicko. I'm not trusting the back of your hand anymore, the front.
Right. I don't even understand that.
Yeah.
And that's also funny how they have girls do girls and guys do guys. It's like, what difference does that make?
Right. Yeah, someday it's just going to be like a machine or some sort of robot or something that's just going to smack you around a little bit.
And there's people that only got the job at TSA to frisk people.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I promise you, in New York, I know the type. There's one guy, I know him. As soon as I walk in, his eyes get real. Dude, I'm telling you, I know the fucking guy.
That's why it's like there's sometimes they make you take off your shoes. Sometimes you don't take off your shoes. Some dudes are just into socks.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of that TSA pre-check shit, too.
Yeah.
To where you could come by and they just know you. Like, people point you out.
Yeah.
Which I'm buying that pre-check soon, too. Man, that clear, actually, dude, that clear has been built. It saved me a lot.
Oh.
Dude, multiple times. That clear's building up.
Clear is better than pre-check, though, I think.
Yeah,
I think
now
that's
clear's really
that's
coming
the highest
around.
level.
Yeah. But the problem is a lot of places didn't have clear when I first got it, but I'm seeing it coming around.
It's not going to be in Goshen, Indiana.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be about 30 more years before they get clear.
But as long as it's in New York, I don't care because every other airport's so quick and easy.
Right.
New York's the airport where you actually might have an out. Miami, New York, Miami, and L.A. are the ones where you're like, this is going to be a while.
All right, well, let's. You got to plug this date, huh? Goshen, Indiana.
Will this be
next
out?
week? Yeah.
Yeah, 17th and 18th.
Nice. And
so
then
come check me out.
What else we got?
After that, dude, I'm donezo. Maybe we should get another dry salami show.
Anybody out there have a part-time job that Dom can get?
They offered me one for March 17th I might take. And then after that,
Cruise ship?
It's Christmas. Yeah.
I bet there's going to be some more cruises coming in.
I mean, they'll offer them to me, but if I get some sort of way to make income in New York, I'm not going to fuck that up for a cruise.
I don't know. I've heard this speech before.
Yeah, but now my cruise has never been this. I mean, I got 10 months of no cruises.
I mean, I know. I think we've gone through this before, though. I mean, like that, middle of the summer, cruises are coming back.
Yeah, but dude, I want to make a rule. I don't want to cruise it.
Hot.
This summer, I don't want to do it.
All right, man. That's what everybody says on the cruise ship. Yeah, next thing you know, you're back in the Bahamas doing a dance to Usher.